Welcome back to the Geek channel. Today I have a Facebook funnel that we are running currently for a concrete contractor. So this is really cool, and these are high value jobs, right? These are not, some $400 job. These are thousands of dollars per job that is booked, and this guy is killing it right now. And he's only been running a little over 30 days. So I'm going to walk you guys through the funnel, the targeting, and all the stuff. So if you're a concrete contractor, you're going to want to pay attention because you're going to want to install this funnel into your business and start generating some leads so you can get some bigger type jobs. Now, right off the bat, the last 30 days, July 26th to August 24th, 2025, the client got 29 leads from Facebook ads. You can see that right here. Okay. And the cost per lead, $36.12 per lead. Clients spend about $1,000. So great price per lead, good volume for the first, month and a half. Barely any spend in 30 days, which is awesome. We can scale this thing up. Now, if I go down, you'll see the demographics we're targeting. So you're going to want to set this up a certain way, right? So when it comes to audience targeting on Facebook ads, if you're a concrete contractor, there's a few things that we do, okay? So number one, we do broad targeting, which simply means we enter the client's main location or locations, and then we set a age range. Okay, so for this client, it's 25 years of age and older. And you don't really want to go lower than that. And the reason is because 18 to 19-year-olds are broke, they don't own homes, and they're not your ideal customer avatar. Okay, so we want people who are, 25 and above, who have a home, have a stable income, stuff like that. You can even test moving that up to, 30 instead of 25. It really depends on what you're trying to accomplish here. Now, when it comes to the ads, there's a couple things you need to understand. We'll see how we're doing it, okay? So down here, we have our client, and we have some copy. If you watched any of my previous case study videos, you'll understand this is our system and how we run ads. And we've been doing it for years, and it works extremely well, okay? So there's a couple things you need to understand. Number one, you need to use authentic copy and images. You don't want to use stock photos. You don't want to use some random ice shutter, concrete truck, or anything like that. You don't want to be overly hypey or pitchy in your copy. You want to speak to people like they are, a real person. And you want to have a very clear call to action. So you'll see here, right on the copy, number one, right up front, from everything. My name is blank. I'm the proud owner of blank contracting. I serve this location, that location, and surrounding areas. We specialize in, patios, pool decks, walkways, whatever, driveways. All of their stuff, and it goes into how they're a member of the local community, this and that. Then we come down here to image, okay? And our image is usually our client, like a selfie style image, or it is a picture of his crew on a job site, which is what this one is. And then from there, it comes down to our main call to action right here, which is message me for details. Learn more, okay? And I believe this one is an instant form. It is. Okay. So this usually we run either instant forms or messenger campaigns. So in this example, it's a instant form. So when they click this button here, learn more, a form pops up. Now, here's what's important, guys. Please pay attention. You need to have pre-qualifying questions in this form. If you don't, you're going to get really poor quality leads. They're going to be people who are not serious, who are going to say they never reached out or never filled the form out when you call them. It's going to be a disaster. So make sure you have a pre-qualifying questions in your form, okay? Now, what does that look like? So when someone clicks learn more, what happens next is they get redirected to a form. It's right on Facebook. They don't leave Facebook. It opens a form right up in 1 second. And it says, hey, my name is blank from blank contracting. Are you looking to get a quote for concrete work or something like that? I'm paraphrasing. I forget how we have it laid out, but you want to have it make sense. Use ChatGPT if you need to. And that is pre-qualifying question number one, okay? If they want a quote, it goes to a yes decision tree. If no, it goes to a no decision tree and the lead dies. Our client is never notified. A lead only advances down the funnel when they choose yes to the first pre-qualifying question. Then it goes into their name, their email, their phone number. You can do email. I don't know if we even do email anymore. I think it's just name and phone number. Some people want email, some people don't. It really depends how you guys want to do it, okay? So name, email, phone number. Then it goes into a questionnaire of what type of concrete work are you interested in getting a quote for. And then it lists out multiple choice so they can choose as many as they want, okay? We do not want to give them a text box to fill out. they're gonna think of it like this: like if you give somebody a text box, you're adding friction to them becoming a lead for you. Okay, because now you're asking them to do work. Like, oh, I got to think and I got to figure out what I want to quote for. Instead, display it line by line in multiple choice format that they can just check a box and be done. And then when they get to the bottom of your funnel, they'll come out the top. And at the top, they get emailed as a hot lead to you or texted to you as a hot lead. Okay, and then this is the most important part, guys. Speed to lead. All right, our most successful clients who book the most pipeline revenue from Facebook ads are the people who call people very quickly, usually the second they come across as a lead, okay? Or they have some kind of follow-up system, some kind of lead nurture system, some kind of, sales system, okay? If you're just calling these randomly, you're going to struggle, all right? You got to be on top of these leads. If you're spending money, this guy's acquiring leads for $36 a lead. He's paying $36 per lead. So if you're spending money, you want to make sure you're getting on top of these leads the second they come in. And you're calling them and you're booking the estimates. That's the most important part. That's what's going to turn this into actual revenue. Okay. Leads are great, but if the leads don't turn into jobs, then advertising is not working. Okay. So you got to put it through that context where you got to follow up these extremely quickly and they're going to turn into book jobs for you and a lot of revenue. So a concrete contractor could spend $1,000 and easily make $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 depending on the job type and the size. So that's what's important to understand is the return is what you're looking for here. Now, if you're going through this and you're wondering, how do I set all this up? It's not as complicated as it looks, guys. I have several different videos on how to set this up, but I'm going to walk you through a couple different ads so you can see here. They're all pretty much the same call to action, but what we're changing is the creative. So you want to make sure, you'll see where we have 5 ads running, and you want to make sure you're changing up the creative. So for this guy, it's all client or all their crew on job sites doing different concrete work, and a lot of this looks like driveways and pads and stuff like that. Okay, here's a great one, big commercial one. So you want to make sure that you are doing lots of creatives, and again, you got to make sure your creatives are authentic. That's how you're going to win with these types of Facebook ad funnels. It's very, very simple. Now, if you are a concrete contractor and you don't want to try and figure this all out yourself, you want us to just copy our playbook that we're showing you here that's generated 29 leads in 30 days for $36 a lead, then there is a link below in the description. Fill it out. We'll hop on a call. I'll walk you through our system and how it works. And if your location is not already taken by a previous or existing client of ours, then we can roll this out for you in as fast as 24 to 48 hours.